Okay, you're here. I want to put my ugly mug up in the corner here. I've already ran this once, and then I got screwed up on. Um, Surprise. Anyway, one of your fellow students, Taylor, came up to me and said, "Hey, I got the exact same thing. Like 8 or 9, all the people sitting around me got this too. They got a different answer than you did, and we could not figure out what was going wrong." And I kept saying, "Well, you're," and then she approached the algebra a little bit differently than I did, but there was nothing wrong. All right. So, and she kept saying, "Could you just run the numbers? Can you just run the numbers?" And then I was looking at it, and I finally took off my arrogant butthead professor hat and put on my math teacher hat that I wore for 10 years before I became an arrogant butthead professor. And here was the mistake that we found. And it goes to that a calculator does not think like you do. A calculator follows certain rules, and that's what it does. All right, and pissed off at me that I kept her there for 7 minutes when she just kept saying, "Would you just run the numbers and show me?" I finally did that. I found out what was wrong, but we had to have our discussion, bonding with students, making them pissed off at you. All right, anyway, so look at this on your calculator. Take 14 divided by 2 pi. Here was the problem. Here was the issue. Okay, so if you take 14 and your meaning divided by 2 pi, right? So if I take 14 divided, let me clear all this other stuff because I practiced it. 14 divided by 2 pi, bam, I get 21.99. And we know now we were dealing with huge screwball numbers that you couldn't just look at and go, well, there's no way. There's no way that's right. I knew what the answer was, so when she told when the other student said I got something completely different, and I used the calculator. Right, you used the calculator, and you were making an assumption the calculator was as smart as you are, and it's not, because we know for a fact that 14 divided by a number that's greater than 6 does not equal almost 22. We know that's a fact, for a fact. But look at this, 14 divided by parentheses 2 pi, close parentheses, enter. That's the right answer. 2.28. That makes sense. Therein lies that was the issue. That was the issue. When I finally put on my math teacher hat, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Do math teacher diagnostics on the thing. Okay. Anyway, so you all can, if you run into Taylor in in Einstein or something, buy her a bagel or something, because she was your champion today, and she was doing in her mind, boy, she had the algebra right. She did. The problem was the calculator, because the calculator's doing PEMDAS. That's what the calculator's doing. It's saying, all right, parentheses, exponents, don't have that. Multiplication, don't have that. Or division in the order they appear. Okay, so you got 14 divided by 2 times pi. That's what the calculator was doing. You need to get those parentheses. That's why I do parentheses on everything. Because please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right. Okay, now, on the exam, what can you expect? You can expect conceptual questions over chapters 2 through 5. Conceptual questions over chapters 2 through 5. And there are 15 of them, times 3, 45 points. Okay? And then you're going to do like homework type problems, exercises problems. There will be 4 of them. And they cover chapters 3, 4, and 5. You might be going, well, what happened to chapter 2? Chapter 2 is so buried in all of these. Your good old equations of kinematics, you better bring them, and you better know them, and you better understand what they mean. They are so buried in these things I will tell you what not to study. Okay, what not to study: relative velocity. You might look now. All of these are for like the exercise type problems. Relative velocity and the satellite type problems. So how do you spell satellite? The Georgia side, I like it. You know, what they no lovey, no huggy. So I say wedding ring. Sorry, no huggy, no kissy. Anyway, my honey, my baby. Hey, sorry, I'm losing my mind. Or satellite problems. None of those. Okay, so what's that leave us? Well, in chapter 3, what do you got? You got the projectile motion. Which one is it? Is it going straight across? Is it going up? What? I don't know. Work example problems in book. Okay? Now, you might be going, well, wait, how do these 4 problems, how do they add up? Well, you've got a chapter 3 problem worth 11 points. You got a chapter 4 problem worth 11 points. You got another chapter 4 problem worth 22 points, and you got a chapter 5 problem worth 11 points. That adds up to 22, 44, 55 points for 100 points on the exam. Not to say anything. Nice thing is, no friction. All right, and I don't think I assigned it. I don't think there's any friction on there. I'm not sure. All right. So anyway, and these are like big picture problems, and you have to work them out. I just don't want to see a solution. And formula sheet. Formulas and definitions only. I don't want to see any worked out problems. I will collect them. Maybe. All right. That'll do. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Out here. See y'all Tuesday. You're ready. You'll be fine. You will be fine. It's much. It'll be whatever. I was going to say it's going to be much easier in class. I don't know that. I don't know where you are. All right. So just be prepared. Remember, get a good night's sleep on Monday night. Don't stay up all night memorizing. It's too late then.